This is not the end.
I had a feeling.
Not parentheses.
Fuck off.
Okay, well, yeah. Continue.
I forget what exactly do I click here? Does it
Just
matter?
You click new game.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let her catch up to me.
It's my favorite hot ticker beat.
It's an ordinary school day like any other.
Okay. Sure.
Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I walk a lonely road. I always
Christ.
tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs.
My shadow's the only one who walks beside me.
I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Oh, fucking savage. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Tyler?
Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... what did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all those politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how I prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too.
That troglodyte.
I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she?
Hey, Tyler. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but
In that case, is there any chance that you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Awesome. You're really sweet, Tyler. You know that?
It's nothing really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back. And I brought a guest with me.
Ugh, finally, a dick. A guest?
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ladies rock, am I right?
Don't be mean, Mitsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Tyler.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
God, that second X chromosome really just does it for you, huh?
So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
No, I am not.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Anyway,
I forgot
this
that
is
detail.
Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
It's nice to meet you.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
I wonder if perhaps they will have a dynamic that causes them to clash on occasion. So I ran into Tyler in a classroom and decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know.
Blow them. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into them.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I'll make the tea. It's fine. I'll just make the tea. Not like anybody ever wants to know how Yuri's doing.
It's always get the tea, Yuri, and never how
Get
are
the D,
you, Yuri?
Yuri's always got to get the T. She never gets the D.
The girls have a few discs. Yuri is so gay. Like we know that, right? Like she's not, and
Yeah,
like
because
Yeah.
he said the T, meaning tits.
There is simply not a straight member of this literature club.
there. Okay,
No.
there are bisexual members, but there's no universe where Yuri is not just completely gay. Yuri walks to the corner.
And Monica is also just the most pansexual person I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Not to lay it on too thick there. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make you sure feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet.
Nope, not
your
yours.
line.
Oh, well,
That's
I'll kill
fine.
myself,
You
it's fine.
said it beautifully. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
No, but please condescend more.
You could put it that way.
In me.
Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort into starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Unlike the band, brand new. Listen to science fiction. Anyway, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile.
I feel like this protagonist might, if anything, have maybe listened to too much brand new.
I think you
Learned all the wrong lessons.
Jesus Christ, that's a pretty face. Kind you'd find on someone that could say.
This protagonist has his favorite album is 100% Deja Entendu.
His second favorite album is Pinkerton. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I really like your Jimmy Eat World t-shirt. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate.
Time for me to bleed American.
Right, Natsuki? You listen to that pop punk shit.
Well, I guess. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the...
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
You're telling me a tea set fried this rice?
Buddy. Yuri.
Oh, fuck me. Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
I swear to God.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you.
I don't care.
Narrator, he didn't.
Tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Specifically, the Jams and Tea podcast. New episodes every Sunday.
So, Tyler, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well,
Catcher in the Rye.
Anything by Haruki Murakami.
considering
All right.
considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that.
Don't worry, Jake. It's an ad on me too.
Manga.
Mango.
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change.
One would hope.
What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you,
And her
Yuri?
enormous mommy milkers.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
That's
Don't-
forward.
Stop it! I'm just here to be fucking sexualized. Goddamn. Why can't I have a character? My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Didn't I already make this speech? The level of certainty and creativity, Jesus Christ. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
You know what's funny is that I got so into the character last time that I'm just now realizing that of these girls, Yuri is absolutely the one who is most my type.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just got so sucked into this incel character.
Yep, you never once for a moment. That's why I've never seen the Natsuki path. I literally thought it was I thought it defaulted you onto the Yuri path.
Yeah, because all of us are it's all of our types.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I would have gone for Natsuki.
I appreciate your honor.
Morgan is absolutely the tsundere of the Jams and Tea podcast.
Well, I mean, I like to be humiliated.
You let me violate you.
Tall
Truly
girl.
the Rin Tosaka of this podcast.
Yuri is tall girl. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her
Like
reading.
Tall Girlfriend by Lucy Dacus.
She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her It's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, I like a lot of things. I'm going to have vocal polyps by the time we finish this.
I fell in love with this girl my senior year of high school, and she listened to the Lumineers.
Oh, gross.
I fell in love with this girl 8 times in a row.
They were all named, Hannah or some shit.
Oh, man, you really had to go for my ex's name?
No, that was her name.
I'm gonna die.
I told you that story. Yeah, me and
because
Jake are
I'm
the same
empirically
person.
correct. They are all named Hannah.
They are all named Hannah.
Anna Baker!
Uh-huh.
Fuck that show.
You see in the Matrix. He's beginning to believe.
Morgan's just you've never used them before.
The signs were everywhere.
Morgan made that
Stories.
you never used them before reference the first time he recorded, and it fucking destroyed me. And I can't remember the context of it now, but it was great.
I don't remember it either. I think I might have blacked out. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway.
Sorry,
reading a
that's
lot
just the
more
sound
lately.
of me giving Dan Salvato a hand job. Hold on.
That cunt.
I read a horror book once.
No, you didn't.
I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate,
It is
Yuri might as well.
You
be
ever
having a
read Bob the
conversa-
Dinosaur?
You ever read anything by Dean Koontz?
Yuri, step on me. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri.
The hell did you come from?
The ether. It suits your
Isn't it-
personality.
Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. This real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I, too, am a fan of one Junji Ito.
Ugh, I hate horror.
I was wrong, Natsuki's not my type. Oh, why is that, you bimbo?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You want me to do what?
God damn it.
You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting.
Everybody get out of my way. I just want to feed my birds.
Happy Pride.
It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it. God damn it. Don't say it out loud. And give that back.
What to expect when you're expecting. Fine.
Jesus Christ.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I really
Don't worry,
I'm just making
they're
conversation.
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
Fuck off, dude.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
Okay, Sun Tzu.
Shut up! You must be
More
willing
like
to
the
open...
fart of war.
Written by
It's
E.
Stephen
Fartlow.
King's On Writing. At least get the fucking book right. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
No. I'm just spitting.
White girls got bars. Maybe if you share your work, you could set examples and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share less.
This
Ellipsis.
Morgan has the same energy as Tony Soprano recycling things that Malfi has said to him in their therapy sessions in his everyday conversations.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea.
That's the first one.
I'll fucking eat your soul, filthy human. How
I know
about
that.
this?
Duh?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Are you looking at me quizzically? Let's all
Looking
go
at your
home
quizzicals.
and write a poem of our own. You can't use the word quizzical.
Damn it. That's my biggest word. It's worth like 20 points in Scrabble.
Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. It'll be cute and shit.
That way, fuck.
That way, everyone is even.
Sacre bleu, where is me mama?
So when everyone's super, no one will be. I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, fuck me. I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Tyler?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
Huh? What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But
I'm sorry, I thought.
Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Tyler. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed.
Yeah, it's fine.
So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Tyler?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
Really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be so pissed.
Tyler, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Happy ending? What?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Tyler, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yup.
Gorge.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it again.
Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I guess we better read it. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room.
Good poem.
Oh, Jesus. No Monica?
Curious.
Starscape. Insight. I have nothing left. Disown.
Just empty.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Electricity.
That's all coming up Yuri, baby.
Infallible.
Good Pearl Jam song.
Massacre.
Oh,
no.
no.
Terrorize that pussy.
Terrorize that pussy. So I did.
You
Tragedy.
said invade my cave with your special unit.
I said he wasn't in a cave, but there was no stopping. She demanded that I fuck her like we fucked Bin Laden.
Graveyard.
Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden.
Whirlwind.
I want to fuck you like the U.S. government. Fuck Bin
Fuck
Laden.
Bin Laden.
Clumsy. Eternity.
You didn't have- I like how clumsy and Natsuki were like, damn game, you didn't have to do her like that.
Valentine. Flea.
This particular variant of the song sounds like an Aphex Twin remix of the normal song in the game.
And so
Crimson.
Be like, come to daddy.
Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come
Socks.
to daddy.
Effulgent.
Fake word.
Damn, don't you just love it when bitches be effulgent?
Adventure.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
He really doesn't.
I don't.
Portrait. Sensation.
I got a new sensation. Hi again, Tyler. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Why would you want to do that?
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Fuck you, Dan.
Thanks for keeping.
I'm surprised you missed it when Monica talked to you before
player.
that.
I didn't miss it, but I chose not to dwell on it.
That makes sense.
Overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
I think the
Do
moment.
you even know?
Ah, fuck me.
Oh, come on. It's not like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
I'm a little bit in the way of my text there. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Ha ha ha, just a little friendly, jovial teasing. Ha 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 ha.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
And literature is manga.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Checkmate.
Y'all, is it just me or did that background get a hell of a lot bigger?
It's also a skew.
Don't Battlefield Earth on us.
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
already
Tyler.
high. I don't like this at all.
Poor Jake.
We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Don't you do that. Don't do that to me.
Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. It's not like that's what the fucking club is for. I'm so tired.
I can't really say no either way.
Did the soundtrack just start playing that in a different key?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Wait. I didn't mean it like that.
You ever get so high you get scared?
If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
You ever get so scared you get high?
Don't do that, man. I can't think about that right now. That's just right now.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
Yuri?
Oh, shit. Shut up! I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Jesus. And we
Room
could,
is so close, man.
Discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
Shut up!
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
Well, you have to help the stupid kid every now and then.
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah,
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second.
ellipses.
Yuria kind of bitch to eat her own hair.
But that
God damn, man.
only makes her hide her face deeper
You're
in her
looking at
book.
me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong.
Sorry.
No, I'm not. I would never lie to you.
I was just
But I
spacing
will
out.
tell you to fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. What did I just say? Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Just say Amazon sent you 2 on accident, Yuri. It happens. Just lie.
Literally happened with me, and I gave Morgan an extra copy of the Twilight Sads no one can ever know. Burgundy.
Precisely.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
Oh, how gracious.
There's a girl in the corner.
I'll definitely
and she's
start reading it
crying
soon.
for you.
She's dead. The girl in the corner is dead. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Gravity's
Is that-
Rainbow.
Is that
Makes
so?
no damn sense. Compels me though.
What's the story about anyway?
Morning Glory.
Nobody has any fucking idea. Well,
Did you just reference the Rachel McAdams movie Morning Glory?
No,
No, I
he
referenced
referenced
the
the
Oasis
Oasis
album.
album.
Anyway,
Okay.
here's Wonderwall.
I look at the
dumb
cover of the book.
bastard.
It's a beautiful insight into your mind, though, Davey. The book is titled Portrait of
the-
Markov.
Is that the one where she's like a news anchor or something?
Yeah,
Yes, it
with
is.
Harrison Ford,
Harrison-
right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford's in it.
that's
What
right.
the fuck?
I remember that. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Dear me.
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood.
I love the works of David Cronenberg.
But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs.
Play Meat by Poppy.
That's kind of dark, isn't it?
Yes, welcome to hell.
Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Ha
Wow.
ha 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 ha.
Very funny.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Tyler?
No, it's not that.
I love all kinds of fucked up shit.
I mean, I definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different.
She's probably a freak
It's-
between the sheets.
It's just that this kind of... Yuri's never been between the sheets, let's be honest. It's just that this kind of story... It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Oh, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
What were you saying, Yuri?
I was just saying that I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but
What are you saying?
ellipses.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Ah, yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
Yeah, well, you smell funny. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see.
It's not exactly a cooperative activity, so...
Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just breathing in the feeling of your body heat.
Yuri, you really do apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Oh, sorry.
Bob Seeger.
I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Fuck me. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
I can't read. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading.
Well, one of us does.
Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Oh, wow. Been there before. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange.
You might be reading a little too into this.
I can't read. My thumb gently letting it go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Nani? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way that she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Yeah, huge tits.
Enormous bosom.
Never mind. We didn't even get
milkers.
So I don't know why that came into my head.
Gazongas.
Yuri, you feeling all right?
Nope. Duh.
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading.
I'll fidget you.
You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
You know. My breathing.
Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Bitches be thirsty.
All right, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was all that about?
Tyler. Did something happen just now?
Yay.
Fuck you on about?
Wouldn't have a clue, love. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything.
Not a fuck.
What
I
did
can teach you a
just
fuck
say?
or two.
Are you worried? You worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
Do anything to her.
Wow. Wow. No, nothing.
I'm so fucked up. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
All right, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
You what? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then I slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's go Natsuki.
Davey ain't talked in a while.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Tyler, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then just go the fuck home.
What? Hush?
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
Well,
Don't
I
answer
mean,
that.
I'm not
Fuck
a
you,
writer.
Yuri.
Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it.
Checkmate.
Painful to think about.
Fine.
Bold strategy, Colton. Let's see how it pays off for her.
Well,
Pepper needs new shorts.
Sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
The protagonist is taking this so much better than he took anything in the first act. Anyway, I guess
He's
I gotta
been through
share
a
mine
lot.
now. Yeah, emotional growth. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. It's the same poem.
It's still funny.
That's about
Okay.
it. Listen to this recorder.
Never mind.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Uh,
Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
Well, that's because it kind of sucks.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves?
Are you a fucking idiot? No.
Imagination.
Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
It's not true.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like a bullet, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay.
The wordplay, the flow, the rhyme schemes.
Like I said, this is just the fucking meme of the guy screaming at the girl in the middle of the club, but it's Natsuki.
Natsuki
Like it.
is the guy.
Yeah. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Aren't I so smart?
Yeah,
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Have you heard about Tenet?
I'll kill you.
Do it.
I'll
So
do
you-
it.
So you did.
I
So you
would.
did.
Giles Corey, I'm going to do it.
I guess more
I
when it's-
want to feel what I feel when I'm asleep.
I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? But I'm still 18.
Yeah, I guess not.
Dan, you're going to hell.
I love how we're doing this she's still 18 thing when she also said she's a first year. So, I mean, what are we? Is this college?
She has been held back 4 times.
Dum
She's
dum.
clinically stupid.
I decided to
That's
humor.
what I've been saying.
Yeah, Natsuki can, she can write well, but she doesn't understand numbers, and she can't do math, so she's been held back.
I'm gonna pull you back to she can write well. We're just gonna stop there for a second. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I
I said
really
she can write
don't.
well. I said she can write. Like she can use a pen.
So true. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
I
Right.
wonder.
Monica.
Hi, Tyler.
Toma, wake up.
Monica, you hungover?
Having a good time so far.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs. Good to hear it. By the way, bitch. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, or ways you can fuck me, or
just write them down on a piece of paper. Fold the piece of paper up and throw it in the fucking trash, because I don't need advice from troglodytes such as yourself.
I'm always listening.
Somehow what I said was better.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Radio. I'll keep that in mind.
Did this bitch just say radio?
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Radio.
I was about to sing Go With The Flow by Queens of the Stone Age, but I did
Anyway.
that exact thing last episode.
Anyway.
Want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing. I guess I have to.
You know what else is embarrassing? She just eats the poem.
Why did that make me laugh?
Don't worry, Tyler.
I'm stuck. Who is that embarrassing for in this instance?
I mean, wouldn't you hate to be getting caught eating paper?
So you? Okay.
We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking about learning to unhook my bra.
I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Tyler.
Bitch didn't even read it.
I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. That is not an inherently positive or negative statement. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
It's because you're stupid.
I guess I underestimated you. You fool. You
It's
buffoon.
easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism and letters. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. What a curious thing for me to say. She spends so much time on her own head, and it's probably a much more interesting place for her. This is all really suspicious, quite frankly. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't know why I wouldn't do that. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't get her for coming on a little strongly. What? Like earlier? I think she gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing, looking for alone time.
Suddenly the door opens.
Flash!
Ah,
So it
I'm-
was.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Guess who's back? Not really.
Just in the bathroom vomiting.
Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other, unless you got
Uh,
barf on your poem.
already? I didn't take my poem with me to the bathroom, you moron. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
because that'd
for
be
being
way too
late.
weird for Yuri.
Go fuck
No
yourself, you
need
tiny
to
pink whore.
apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
No, right? Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
No.
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
you sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
And you sound a little cunty when you talk down to me like that. It's because I have to sound confident.
If you want to get anywhere in this man's world as a woman, you have
That
to sound
doesn't mean
confident.
I always feel that way, you know?
I see.
Do you?
Well, let's read it then.
Hole in wall. Not gonna talk about what kind. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically gazed at my surroundings. But my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling plays tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time in between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
The Armenian genocide.
System of a Down.
Well, I'm not sure how to put it.
Why do they always send the poor?
I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I'm writing about the Donner Party. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
What was the Donner Party? Sorry. An epiphany.
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming off strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Like you would advance a support system in a video game such as Persona. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big puddle of dark ink. So then you get a straw and you go. So just
I
move
drink
your hand.
your ink. I drink it up.
And go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
My straw goes all the way across the room. It talks to Yuri.
Ellipses.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Like so.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I say that a lot. I say, that's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant...
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes.
Pushes up glasses.
Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
I'm definitely not apologizing to myself.
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
That they just started, so... Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Ellipses. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easier to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Like sexually? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Tyler, you dumb bastard.
Oh, really? I must have totally missed the point.
You're telling me. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story. They paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more salt. And shit, that's not my line.
It's okay, I appreciate how into it you were getting. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it. That's impressive.
That's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so.
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Tyler.
Ah. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess
look at the look at the pictures on the back wall.
I don't think I can see them very clearly. Oh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into.
Pain.
Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Oh, okay, there they are. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Yeah? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
I heard you.
Natsuki
I'll kill
dismissively
you.
returns the poem to the
Do it.
desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say to me?
Yep.
Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Tyler did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Tyler liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. So sit and spin.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I...
Or?
You just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Tyler appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Tyler started showing up.
Natsuki! Monica.
Monica!
Monica, you up?
No, he's dead. Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch!
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point.
Wake your punk ass up.
Ain't nothing but a constant thing.
Things are getting spooky.
Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Oh, shit!
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on! Let Tyler hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Tyler, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true.
It absolutely is.
She started it.
And is also somewhat true.
How did I? What? What? Okay. Shit. Well, I mean, I've chosen Natsuki before, so it's got to be Yuri this time.
Ha! This is fun. Ah! Hello.
Yeah. I guess we have to click it. Monica.
So, hey, Tyler. Why don't we step outside for a bit? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president, am I right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, this makes if it makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend more time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead.
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki.
Bitch deserved it, whatever it was.
Or did.
Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out.
I ask for one thing.
I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
Wow, crazy. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Tyler. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understanding.
Letters.